Down he goes again. Just inside the 25, Jordan Kohout involved defensively.
You know, it's funny when you go to class and you have discussions, and then you'll go around the class and say your name and what you do and something interesting about yourself. And I'd always say I play football.
This spring, though, everything changed for Jordan Kohout.
During spring ball, I came back from spring break, you know, and we had a first practice back. About, I want to say 45 minutes into practice, I started having like migraine symptoms. You know, I told Mike Mole, the trainer, I said, I'm starting to have a migraine here, and he's like, okay, well, we'll sit you out and see how you feel in a little bit, and it just progressively got worse, so I stopped practicing for the day, and, you know, came back. Next time, tried practicing, another migraine would happen, and we started thinking, well, maybe this is something else, you know, maybe it's a concussion or something. We'll just let you sit it out until you're asymptomatic. You know, once again, came back for practice. First time I had contact. Migraine happens again. Dr. Wilson, the team physician, he orders an MRI. Turns out in the MRI, you can find I had 2 small micro strokes.
That's an alarming word to hear for a young man, and that's the first reaction, is alarm.
A lot goes through your mind. I mean, number one is, is he going to be okay? What's long-term effects? Is he going to play football again?
I was horrified. I felt really bad for him. You know, obviously as a football player, that's kind of like your worst case scenario.
That worst case scenario led Kohout to wonder whether he could be a football player again.
Start to kind of question, like, well, I've had 2 of them that we can find on the MRI. And this period of time that I've had these migraines has only been a few weeks. So I had 2 small strokes in the period of 2 weeks. How many more are going to start to occur if I'm having, you know, contact every day in practice? And then you start to kind of question if it's really in your best interest to continue to play.
I mean, we gave our input, but he's got to make the decision whether he's going to play or not, because you don't want to go through life saying, well, I shouldn't listen to my parents or this other person. You can't have any regrets in life.
Even the athletic trainers and the doctors I was seeing, you know, they didn't automatically come out right away and say, hey, you shouldn't play anymore. They were kind of like, well, you know, it's your decision to make, and they were there to support me through it, and they kind of let me come to the right decision on my own, and my girlfriend as well. She was, you know, a great person to kind of just lend her ear to me so I could kind of talk to her about things like this and talk it through.
Dr. Wilson was just incredible. I mean, he'd call us at home, let us know every step of the way.
They explored every avenue of where were these migraines, where did these strokes come from, and you know, we feel we have the answer resolved, and we feel much better that knowing that there are no long-term effects for him. In fact, the stroke site above his occipital lobe is actually repairing itself. So that's fabulous, fabulous news for us and for Jordan.
His health improving, Jordan is now tackling a different role as a student assistant coach, helping the guys he was lining up with just 6 months ago get better every day.
That's his brotherhood. That's his brothers. This is his life. And, you know, to have it cut off at the knees like that, you know, I mean, he was a little wishy-washy about what he wanted to do, and the coaches said, you know, Jordan, you have a lot to offer. We want you to stay.
I think it's helped immensely. I think just to be around the guys again and kind of, you know, laugh and joke around and do all the things that I used to do. It definitely is very, I think, therapeutic.
He brings an extra set of eyes. You know, he's got a great understanding as to our philosophy, what we teach. And, you know, when there's 4 D linemen out there, it's hard to see every single guy's detail before you get to the film. And now guys, all 4 guys are getting instantly coached, which is a tremendous accelerator for the technique of those younger players.
You know, because when you play defensive line, you're just focusing on your job and your key and your responsibility. And then when you're up in the booth, you realize that like football is almost kind of like a chess game in some aspect. You know, I knew there was strategy and I knew the coaches worked on it, but just to see it actually come to fruition was definitely a big change for me.
It's a testament to, one, I think Jordan's experience within our program. I think it's been positive for him since he stepped in the door, but it's certainly a testament to his character, that he's willing to teach what he's learned in his time to the younger players and to his peers.
No, it's great because he's been in Coach Partridge's system obviously since Coach P's been here, and so he knows exactly what we're all doing and exactly what we're trying to do, and he's just kind of evolved with us. I think he's going to be, if he chooses to be a coach, whatever, I think he's going to be really good at it.
He's got a great demeanor. I think he loves to teach, and that's what coaching really is. I think people have a vision of all coaches just being screamers, and that's not the case at all. You have to be a good teacher, and Jordan has those qualities.
For now, Coach Kohout is trying to bring the same effort and intensity he brought to the field to his new role. But the two-time academic All-Big Ten honoree is also moving forward with the rest of his life.
I'd like to pursue a master's degree in education policy. So if that leads to a coaching career, then that's great. If it leads to something else, then that's great too. But it's definitely on the table.
We've always been a close family, but when something is that close to being taken away from you, or the fear of one of your children being damaged permanently, it just really makes you think about the small things and what's really important in life, and it's family.
Both for the Kohout family and the larger Badger family as well. For the Badger Sports Report with Brett Bielema, I'm Jay Williams.